So guys, I welcome you on the fifth day, first session. That is in the sequence. It is a ninth session of this online FDP on research, right? So I welcome you formally to this session, and it is a journey on about the how to write high quality research papers because quality is diminishing, that we all know, and time is there. The world is looking for the quality research papers in the times to come, from everyone, from you, from me, and for all people. So it is really essential for us to understand about the quality aspect, like what, how we can improve the quality, how we can improve the high quality, like that. So though we are publishing, I'm sure that you all are publishing in your research area, or you may be a good researcher, you may be a good author, writer. So I'm not saying like that. Okay, so let's talk about. So it's a journey of 1 hour or so. So we'll take you with the new dimensions of the high quality research, means how we can improve, under which dimensions we need to look at very seriously. So that is the idea behind. And if you have any queries, please drop in the chat window. I'm happy to answer after the session. So please excuse me, guys. I'm not, feeling well, but because of climate change and other reasons. But I will manage. Okay. So please excuse me for some disturbances because of my this uneasiness. Okay. So guys, this is an interesting picture in front of you. You can see here. What are the words? Please note down because I may ask some one or two questions maybe, because after this I will prepare and make the quiz for you, right? So today's exams will be after this presentation, right? So search, analysis, research, data, test, customer, www, like this. So what did you see and capture? So please visualize and understand that high quality research work is required. Companies are looking forward for high quality research. Which is the biggest job in the corporates, like data analysis. Every company, you name any company, a big, a small, or mediocre company, everybody would love to and hire a sound data analyst. Okay, maybe person should be in the area of sorry, excuse me, guys. So I was mentioning, so they are looking for data analysis person having the strong background on like softwares, reading capability, writing capability. They are also looking for good writers also. So everything, it is not like that only numbers will help you, like a statistical result will help you, or they are looking for only statisticians. No, it is not the case. So search, analysis, research data, and customer test everything. I think research is an area, guys. I hope you appreciate that. Research is an area where corporate problems come into picture of academics. Academic problems also go to the corporates related. So it's a meeting point, isn't it? It is a meeting point for all the areas where we are exchanging our knowledge. Nobody is perfect in this world, guys, as far as the research is concerned. I am also not perfect. He may be also not perfect like this. Okay, so we all have long way to go. We need to learn more about from each other. But some are good in search, some are good in analysis, some are in good data, some are good in writing, write up, improvement of the write up, language, proofread, many things, paraphrase, right? So I think since last 1 week or so, and today is the last day, first session. That is ninth session in the series. So we are talking about the high quality because I've given you ample idea, dimensions. We talked about, I think we touched on more or less areas during the question answer sessions also, right? So it is really important for that. You just understand this cycle, guys. Very exciting picture in front of you, the research cycle. Please print this cycle in your mind, right? So you can start from the top, identify a research area, as I was just before, answering session. You identify one length and breadth research area, because that is really important. You may be a good writer, you may be a good thinker, you may be a good orator, right? But one line breadth, identify research area is very much important. Once it is done, then you can go for the design research study. Then after this, you can carry out that research in your own way. So in between, whatever these arrows are there, it is really important. So first, number one is identify your area if you want to do a good PhD, because many people may be thinking for coming up this in area. Like many people want, every third or fourth person in this world are looking and interested to do a PhD. But PhD doing merely is not a great job, right? Because in most of the interview questions, generally people ask that, okay, you have to spend too much time there and here, but now you are coming in academics. Because doing a PhD is also not a case of coming in the academics. So I think many people, they look at that doing a PhD, you know, that person want to build up the career in research, maybe in the academics. No, it is not the true case. I'm not party with this judgment that those who are doing PhD or planning to do a PhD, they will become the professor. They should, but they have the choices also. They can also work in the R&D division of the corporates and whatnot. And sometimes people want to enjoy, okay, just for that, just they came to contribute a good 3 4 5 papers, and they're doing some farming also. I've seen many people in Punjab, no, no, sir, I've changed this one. They are very good, and they publish very good, authors and researcher. So it is not the case. So it is my submission to all the research fraternity that please do not look at PhD researches from that academics point of view. It is the need of the world. It is a global, requirement. And there is a, I think one person is there, I forgot his name. He's Mr. Nayak. He called up me before the day of the workshop starts. He said that, sir, I was in a I was doing some farming and all, and then after that, now I will plan to do a PhD. So it's not the case, right? Isn't it? So we should not look at this. So I am giving you, because carried out research, many people, they look at that way. So that's why I quoted this example. So once this is you are done, then you can think for analysis, research, and results. So again, it required lot of rigor, lot of statistical expertise, lot of programming expertise, lot of many things. I think I've already covered this part also, and one exclusive FTP is also required based on this. These all aspects are very much important. And the last one is, excuse me, publishing research result, because whatever you have just analyzed as far as your queries are concerned, so it is really important for us to understand what to publish, what not to publish. So publishing results are very much important. So where the many people, they lack actually. So sometimes people have their area is also not clear. Sometimes they have facing some difficulty in research design. This is actually here. This is the actually heart where some people are required for doing the research design as far as this is concerned. Okay, so research design is very much important case, and it is needed. And here the novelty is required. Design research study. So here is the design, as one of the participant asking that, so I've suggested that it always goes with your uniqueness. So this is the area. This is, it should be unique. It should not be repetitive. It should not be. So many people, they do mistake in this area, guys. So because whatever they identified, so they are getting some papers from the web, and they are trying to make it like this, just a replication. Replication is not research, guys. I'm sorry, but replication is not research at all. If you take any material from Shodh Ganga, maybe from any internet, maybe from the blog, it is not your research. Okay? So design research studies, your unique way, your own way, your own thought process. In this way, you can improve your research. Go to the and think, something great. Uh, Maybe it is crazy, because you take the example from the companies like Google. Google always hire the crazy people, isn't it? You can see Google, web page every day it is changing, and they make the design. So Google is not hiring. Google is not visiting even to any institute to recruit the students for that. And Google is a very good company in the sense that they are thinking, Google make our life easier, isn't it? Like from GPS, many products. Even one of the web pages there, I will show you also. So many products get generated for which even I was also not aware. I was just aware about that. Okay, they must be having some 510, but they have the business Google. They have many things. I think I forgot the name. I can't remember right now, but it is good, because uh, crazy people they hired. Crazy people thought they're different things, not like normal person like me and you. So this is really interesting, right? So in these, 5 areas, your research is diminishing, quality is deteriorating, because somewhere, some, if weak connection is there in the circuit, it is very difficult to survive, right? So that's why this research cycle is important, to understand whether you maybe you are weak, or your paper is weak in this result publishing and design also. So it is very difficult. You can't make the publication. I'm telling you right away. Whether you are just fulfilling your your requirements, but why the many people, they are not clear the scopus, they are not clear the ABDC, they are not clear the SCI, not clear the SSCI, SCIE, SSCIE. E stands for expanded, right? Because they are looking for some novelty, newness, some novelty, some merger of two areas is also a newness. Some understand, some new thing is required, innovative is required, creation is required. So creativity works together, uniqueness works together, like this. So in this way, you try to do this way. In the analysis, you should be good in analysis. If not, you can take the help of someone to do it for you, or maybe you can take some classes for that. So here your research quality actually get some attention, it is required, but it is diminishing, it is not coming up. So you have to see these 5 areas very much seriously, one by one. If your area is fixed, design studies fixed, then you can see that what you are bringing out, that what is carry out in research, what technology, what methodology, what type of survey, what type of instrument you are using it, isn't it? So when this is also clear, then you can go for with your data survey instruments like questionnaire, go for secondary data, go for primary data, like this. And then once all everything is done, then you can think for the publishing research results. But again, the problem comes to this section: publishing research results is very much important area, because here you people, your results may be lacking, or you have not given your results completely like dedicated or linking to your area or research question, because your research questions may be in this direction, in this circle only. Your research question maybe fall in research design study only, but not here, not there, because in this section, from this to this, then your topic area is required, and you should be stick with that. Do not jump. I have seen many scholars, even the professors also, they are jumping in from one area to the other area. Means last week they were working on some area, like some research question, now they are completely changed. Then again they are looking forward for literature review. So sometimes they made me during these classes, because so I said that you stop somewhere, you make some full stop comma in your research, because otherwise literature review, changing the area, it's a ongoing process. How much you will change, and you consume a lot of time into these such processes also of this. So what is research paper? So again, it is a culmination of understand, because you understand. So it's just a recap. So research paper, you understand what is research paper. A research paper is a culmination and final product of an involved processing consisting of research. Critical thing, I've already commented too much on this. Research, because I believe that if you have very less classes, attended very less classes, then you have some idea, okay, what is research means, you have to add something, do some analysis, like. But critical thinking is missing. So do critical thinking if you want to be a good high quality research. So here is the connection, guys, please note down. Another is source evaluation. What type of material you are using, because high quality of material, if you are using, how many books you are studied in that area, that is also important, guys. So far I have not given enough idea, because I kept some of the things for this session. So source evaluation is also there, like which source quality of the paper you are read, you are noting down the points, you are using those points in your research one by one. Depending upon your context, you maybe skip one or two steps, that is not a problem. I'm not saying that you exactly follow the sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It is not the case. You just follow some trend, but art should be the critical thing is you think about some area, you think about why you are using, you ask this question. You first time you act as a author, then second time you act as a reader, and third time you act as a editor. So you have to play a 3 role. Here is the beauty, here is the connection. Okay. Now you are only playing the first role, means as a author. You are thinking that whatever you have thought, whatever you have written, that is the only thing. Nobody can change you. And you are also too much rigid. Flexibility, please allow flexibility also. So every researcher, guys, my final recommendation linking to this section is, because many people come to me, sir, my quality is not improving. I have not published. I'm forced to be published in the predatory journals like this because it is easy to publish. So I always say that you have to play three roles. Now you are doing only one role. Okay, so first you are a author, sorry, first you are a thinker. So it means four stages. First you are a thinker, you have to think about the area now. Then you are a author, you have written something or you are writing something. Then you have to act as a evaluator. Evaluator may be like reader. Who is the reader? Because I have already given simple idea and a dedicated full session on academic publishing yesterday, right? Because to whom you are writing, to whom you are publishing, and academic publishing is the area because you are adding some contribution in the journey of that field. So so evaluator could be reader, evaluator could be your supervisor. So you have to play a third role. So first is the thinker guy, second is the author, third is the your reader, and the fourth one, because you have to think from the editor's point of view also, because ultimately without them it is very difficult, right, to publish. So what they are looking for, even my last session is the expectations from the editors, isn't it? Means what they want from you. So I will wind up with this session, so please do not forget to attend. So it is really important for you to play different role. So that's why I told you in a one line when I started, if you can recall my statement, like you are doing a very minimalistic job. You have to do many things, like as you can take the example of many people, like they are full time, it is a full time job of doing research, preparing the material, making the learning also interesting for their participants. Like I generally prepared many times before coming to this class for you, isn't it? You can see sometimes I'm awake in the midnight also because I'm working actually. Otherwise, I can't deliver the effective delivery to the session, right? So that is important. So critical thinking, source evaluation is very much important. Source evaluation is good quality, high content. Download some papers, download some books also. Read books. I generally read books also because books will give you sufficient idea and horizon for your research. So that is very much important for you. It is much needed actually. The fifth point is organization and composition. You should act also as an artist. Organization means organize the content. I'm sure you have noticed. I'm not saying that it is a self praise, but self praise is a best recommendation also from the different angle. So I'm not saying that I'm best praising myself. So did you see the organization, what slide, which fit, and what connection is there? That is very much important. Same case also applies in your research paper. Organization. And I think I've already commented in one of the sessions when I have discussed about the introduction. So introduction is a place, literature review is one place, right? So you can't interchange, isn't it? So same case also applied here. Organization, how organized you have made this research paper, and the high you have organized, high content you are using, you can say that you are doing a justice to the high quality research paper. Composition also. Composition means linking some message is passing, just like a director makes some film movie, then the picture is less. Otherwise in the starting, some character is coming going here and there, and no story or very minimalistic story, then people lose interest, the audience or the viewership reduce, and that film may be considered as, many film have been considered as like uh, you know flop picture, right? Flop picture, I think it is the keyword people use in the mass media, like the entertainment industry, is flop. The picture is flopped, and there was a loss of so many crores of the movie because they've invested, director invested too much money to make that film in last 5 years or maybe 6 years, like this. Also, so composition was not good. So it is really important you should understand the meaning of composition. Don't say that and don't come to me, sir, my area is management, how I can learn English. So that it means you have no clarity, or you may be not fit for the PhD, or it is not your cup of tea. Then people generally say like that. because you have to learn, relearn like this. So learning is a life actually, and your life is also very short once you start jumping into the ocean of learning, right? So next point is research paper is living thing which grows the changes as the students explore, interprets, and evaluate sources related to the specific topic. That is very much important. It's a living thing, guys. You are communicating one message. You are communicating your thought process. So people can go even whenever I read any paper or research thesis. I have the vision now. I have made that vision. I can go and take my mind to the in the past to the past according to the researcher. Okay, what he has done or she has done, what was the thinking. Sometimes it was a great learning for me. Okay, this is also one angle. Okay, people can look at and make it. I generally enjoyed the reading and writing as far as and reviewing also. So that's why it is a living thing in that way. So it grows and changes. The students explores, interpret, evaluates, and sources related to a specific topic, right? And the second last point is primary and secondary sources are the heart of the research paper. Please note down this very important point in your notebook. Primary and secondary sources are the heart of the research paper and provides its nourishment. Because if your body will not get any nourishment, or because what the doctor do, if you go and see the doctor, sir, I'm not feeling well since last 2 days. So what the doctor said, okay, please go and eat nourishing food, maybe dry fruits, maybe some light food. Nourish it means because we are forgetting as a person also we are forgetting nourished food. Similarly, research paper need nourishment also because it is the heart of the research where you need to categorically mention your primary and secondary sources. Otherwise, it's a hodgepodge or jalebi kind of situation. It is very difficult for the paper. But yes, provides so primary and secondary sources are the heart of the research. And the last point is, which is very much interesting. I hope you understand the research paper serves not only to further the field, means the area, field means area, whatever your specialization you are working, in which it is written, but also to provide the student, participants, reader. The student you can replace with the readers also, with an exceptional opportunity to increase his or her knowledge in that field. Because these research paper are also improving. I can say that as a educator or as a researcher or as a trainer, whatever you can call me, uh, you know, uh, this research uh, also opening the future dimensions for us, maybe related to our future, maybe related to our job, maybe related to all these things. Or you can say these research, if we will stop researching, then how we will find the new areas, emerging areas. We generally call it as emerging areas because those areas which are on the way, they are in the process. Maybe like who knows AI and ML, but nowadays people have started working 10 years before. Now AI and ML is in the in the technological world, and you can say that it is a buzzword. Now people are thinking about the digital currency and bitcoins, Ethereum and whatnot, isn't it? But there are different stories that we need to understand: the digital payment, digital currency, and their conversion, transactions, economic connection between the countries' economies, like that. So you can see these are areas and interconnection. So same case also applies here. What is a research paper? So research paper includes this. If you are following these guidelines for your research paper while you are writing, then probably you are inviting or probably you are witnessing the quality of your research paper. You can see this word cloud in front of you. High quality research includes, I have put in dot also. You never find on Google all this, high quality research includes this. High quality research includes all these things. Maybe you can do some justice to include many things and exclude some few things also. Otherwise, expected finding, lessons for future study, interpret with caution, result introduction, discussion, conclusion, limitation of the study, key findings, future work, analysis method, positive findings, negative finding, neutral finding. Yesterday, I've given you the idea. It is good to publish the negative results of your research. And today also in the morning during question answer session, I've mentioned, don't start from the scratch. that what is this, what is this. You just believe that it is obvious question. People know it well. Okay. So by the time you reaches to that point where you are looking forward to wind up that project, even you are starting with your actual idea. Generally, it is happening. You can just do that and do this practical exercise and apply this model on your life. Then you will understand properly, right? So analysis, software, conclusion, implication of your finding, novelty of your work, proofreading. If everything is okay but proof is not good, then again it is also not considered as a good quality, or your quality is deteriorating, or people will consider that okay, you have written a very good and balanced paper, I like this reading, I like the idea, I like everything, but again high quality is not it. High quality means people are comparing with other studies also. Whenever studies come to me, generally people say that there is a HR people these days, many people are working on motivation, employee engagement. I said thousands of papers are on HR paper. So why you want to be a replicated one? If the model is unique, then definitely you can do it. Because I never put any person on the wrong line. Wrong line means on the wrong track, just like a railway line track. Otherwise, there is a high chances of accident, isn't it? So I have to make the justice sometimes whenever people come to me. So I not look at the way he's a researcher or she's a researcher. I always consider that okay, the person is, a candidature in front of me. His future possibilities are in front of me. How he or she acts and how that God helps, because I'm not God. I can just visualize and something okay according to me. It is a good sign. According to me, it is a right. These are my opinion. Please take it opinion seriously. If you trust me, rest is your business. Because I can't control, I can't force the person to act according to me. Because they came to me to advise, and I've given the advice to the best of my knowledge and experience, isn't it? So that is the idea. So these are the guys parameters of research quality. If you are incorporating or maybe touching one or two area, means your quality is suppressed. There is another word I'm giving you, suppressed. Okay, it is not upcoming like this, it is suppressed. Okay, so it is really important for you to to work on these all areas. Additional analysis, interesting area I'm giving you during this activity. You maybe have done analysis, but what is additional analysis? You just Google it, will find it more, right? Disagreement with the previous. Somebody has published with maybe a star paper, maybe a Q1 paper, right? Or but it is your way, isn't it? You are unique. Your way of thinking is unique. Disagreement with the previous one. I never deceive. I never considered this way or that way, right? It is my plan. You just feel like that it is my plan. You maybe disagree, you maybe not disagree. Okay, so it depends. So disagreement with the previous work is also a very good strategy for publishing a high quality research. Means you can publish, you can write well, and use these things as a full dimension. Definitely, your paper will be published. That I can guarantee in this activity. If your paper is only disagreement and written this way, okay, many papers have been published, then you are quoting and making all this, but your idea is under the classification of disagreement, definitely your paper will be accepted. Means you have high chances of that. If you publish the negative result, there are high chances of the acceptance, right? Negative findings, I mean to say negative finding or result. Finding you can say or result, it is one and the same thing, okay? Follow-up studies. Another dimension I'm giving you to this, discussion is follow-up studies. Like studies are always published in the sequence, right? So what is the follow? What is the revisiting? I generally say from the management scholarly point of view, revisiting. You revisit all these studies again. Last 20 years, like first 40 years. Maybe you can take the example of systematic literature review. Maybe you can take the example of content analysis, qualitative study, case studies. What not? My God, even research is very close to my heart, guys, and I'm very passionate. Research. I'm not claiming that I'm a fantastic researcher, but I say that I'm a scholar basically. A scholar means I'm a student. I believe that, and that I'm a student of some subjects. But I'm learning. I believe in knowledge sharing, quality knowledge sharing, like this. And never you find me that I'm in hurry. I'm always, make a dialogue like this. Why should we in hurry? We can teach well, or we can teach some lessons less, but why to be hurry? So like this, because the message should be, the purpose should not be different. The strength of your work, guys, please note down strengths of your work. Very much important aspect. Good agreement with the previous one. Like just before I was mentioning disagreement with the previous one, now good agreement. You may be right in the favor of the previous one which has been published, isn't it? So that is very important. Implication of your finding, I think I have touched upon. I still forget means not to highlight at that in that session, but I told you that I have planned one session dedicated for quality research. So here is the solution. Implication is very much important. Implication towards the society, towards the what is the impact of the entire research. Suppose you will not publish this, what impact will become in your life? Isn't it? It is that type of situation. Implication of your finding is much needed. You should write well. If you add somewhere in the like implication as a heading, as a subtitle in the discussion, definitely you are beautifying your research. That will beautify your research. High quality. It will be considered as high quality because people are other people your competitors, because other people are also competitor to you because they are publishing more. And if you see the international fraternity, these in Europe, and maximum people come from China. Chinese people have the tendency that directly talks about the applications. And but we Indians generally we believe that no, what is this? What is this? What is dad? What is mom? Mom, I have two siblings like this. So in this format, generally people speak actually. Okay, what is it? Suppose you are writing uh, some paper on learning. I'm just taking the example just to understand. Okay? Learning. Then you write what is learning, what do you mean by learning, and learning is provided by the teacher, learning is provided by the professor. Learning is a very good activity. Guys, this is not required at all, isn't it? You just come to the point of your research question. And whatever you guys are I'm also making your path easier. Whenever any editorial or any editor send back your paper, you believe that they are not looking and you're half cooked or very less cooked food. They want more, actually, that part which is missing. That's why they said your study is okay, and but it is not out under the scope of this. So scope do not correlate with your scope with your story with that particular title. Which what is new into that? What is the research design? What is the material? What is the model? What is the flow chart? It should they're looking. And if your flow chart is unique, definitely the discussion will be linked based on the flow chart. So in that sense, implication, maybe result, maybe novelty of the work can be considered. Interpret with the caution. Very good point, guys. Please note down. Interpret with caution. So whatever your results you are writing and expressing, please put with caution something. You can say that this result is this likelihood. That's why likelihood is a very good word. People generally use and most frequent word used, but in India, very less people are using likelihood. Likelihood, the number. So you can say that it is a caution with number. So you can say that suppose your X value is coming 5.39, another person is coming 5.85. So there is a too much difference in this. Then you can say that likelihood according to my software, uh, the value was this, and we can say that interpretation. Then you can add with like maybe hypothesis testing, maybe something. Maybe type to error from the statistics point of view. If you want to more, flawlessly, you can write. So in that way, high quality research. Okay, so lessons, I think I have covered all expected findings. Comparing result with the previous work is also good. So if you do all these things, so it's a word cloud, and I think this is required. You can judge directly in front of and compare with my slides to your work, whatever you are doing, you can understand it. So whatever you are writing, that is not required actually. If you are a very good researcher, you may be touching 2-3 lines or 2-3 points from this word cloud. I think you are doing a fantastic job. I'm appreciating that. But if you are not doing starting and not thinking in this way, or it is not coming under your review, means you need to work hard for research. That is for sure. There is no shortcut in research, because you maybe publish 1 or 2 paper in collaboration with someone, and then you became the guide. Then how you will guide your student? So everything is linked now, because your student will become also a professor sometime. Maybe you are going, I'm visioning, sometime I'm thinking, I'm just sharing my school of thoughts with all of you. that sometime, my students become a professor and I'm walking in their office along with my son, maybe my some, relatives. So that maybe, some proud feeling, isn't it? So we can visualize that thing also. So we are just in flow actually. We are just connecting the dots. And our life is like that. Please come out from these thinking private university, government university, because unnecessary, the space of the mind is occupied by these thoughts actually. Please remove all these things. I'm here to help you guys. Okay, please remove, don't leave it. Even I'm also working with private university. I never thought it is private university, it is a government university. University is a university. I can do here also, even I can do in very low poor, even whenever you go guys, I'm not saying that I'm praising myself, but I'm actually doing. Even I can prepare the paper in the trains also. What is the problem? Because these are platforms. For me, these are platforms. If I will come to your institute, only why I will carry my laptop, everything, rest I'm doing it. Right? So we have to change our method. We have to change our style of working. We have to change our thinking process. Because I am there to remove all your jargons, clutter, which is cluttering the space in your mind. And once these things will go out, the old things will go out, and these new things will come into picture on your mind. You feeling fresh, guys, and you feel enjoy research, and you can live the research. So that is the high quality research influence. So it is a very significant slide in front of you. Inadequate or limited data. Many people they see that and believe that limited data they have received by chance, but you interpret well. No editor will question on that. If your paragraph is connected and stating that directly due to this fact that limited data has some value. It is not like always the case that high data or maybe more data is required. In most of the cases, yes, more data is recommended and needed because people want to see the difference between this. Unexpected finding, generalized finding, general findings like that. So these are the some important aspects, component you must say includes all this that contains. This is also another interesting word cloud for you guys. I have named this paper parameters. Right. I always play with these words, guys. It is not prepared by me, but it is prepared by someone. But I'm used for my training classes because if I will make, I think my picture will also look like this. Why should I waste my time? You understand? So I can use this thing, even impact, research, policy, sustainability, projects, production, integration, diverse result. These are areas, guys, because I have studied from science, engineering, technology, management, social sciences like this. So as I told you, I'm a student of these subjects. So I'm still in interface these days. I'm spending much time on English. So even English is helping me. And I'm remembering my IIT days when I was doing the PhD. There was no person, even my mind was not that much capable enough to to have these things, right? Gaps study process inform like that. So I remember those days, if someone guided me or I've attended a program like this, I could change some of my the thesis content in a much more better way. It is always, but life is like that. Learning is a process. Mutual learning, capacity, sharing, team, decision, applied, process, gap, explicit. Explicit. You express your result explicitly. I have seen many people. You must have also seen that people suppress that. They what they do if that there is a huge table for their research that they have conducted or surveyed. They what they do they make half table for one paper and half table for other paper. That may be the good strategy for them, but they should not come under the uh, these practices because they can do some other problem. There are many problems in this world. The world is full of challenges, isn't it? According to the United Nations 70 Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. So from that angle also there are many problems. Even United Nations waiting for the biggest proposal, and they will give you the funds also, guys. I'm also telling you some strategies how you can bring some crores of fund for your institute through this research. Use these words. to improve the quality of your paper, quality of your research synopsis might be, and quality of your dissertation, quality of thesis, like this. I generally, provided some trainings on thesis writing, like what kind of content should be, like this. I could not see, no institute is organizing thesis writing. That thesis writing everybody love to and expect, but how many training programs they've conducted, how many institutes as of what you tell me. So that is the irony of the system, people are more, even if you ask me, sir, can you explain what is the scenario of youth, means young researcher these days. So I can say that in one line, they are more software oriented person, isn't it? And I'm sure you can also admit this fact, or you can do some research, you will find the similar answer. They are more, diversified towards the software, learning software. They consume more time on softwares rather than writing, rather than, because software is not research, isn't it? Software is not equal to research paper. Software is a very small role to play in collecting the data, organizing the data, applying some tools, applying some techniques, isn't it? And producing some result. What you will do with that result? And your journey starts from that result. And that's why I mentioned this, okay, like these results, what findings, keywords, additional analysis. Your job start actually from that area. Nobody majorly want literature review. You could give some literature review also, less literature review, maybe like 10 papers literature review. But you should be strong in interpreting that result, interpreting that link with this. These days, one aspect also I'm giving you, maybe your institute or university applied for ACSB accreditation, maybe for NAC, maybe for what this NBA, like. So what they are looking for, they know that you have the teacher, you have the lab. What they are looking for the report. They're looking for your promises, what you took for yourself. Maybe teaching learning outcomes, course learning outcomes, maybe PLOs, program learning outcomes. They want to see your report. That's it. But majorly institute, I have seen. I generally go to strengthen the institute for the deliberations, like accreditation reports and all. I have found that I found some, there is a mismatch what they are doing and what written in the report. But ACSB and these companies, means those organizations, those who are doing conducting this exercise, NAC and all accreditation, they always look the report and they verify whatever you have written from their website, maybe from your personal visit. They verified, they say if you're making this. So interpretation is very much important, right? And the first and foremost question generally they ask, I'm just giving you, you may be the coordinator in IQAC cell, or maybe you are doing, or maybe you will do. So they always ask them, what is the impact you have created in the society? How on what basis we will give you this NAC A plus with whatever A minus, or other grades? Impact. Impact is very much important. So in research paper also, every editor want to see, even I will give you further directions also in my next class about the impact, what the editors expects from you. Okay. But for the short while, you can just remember impact is very much like implication, impact, right? Influence is also there. It is also like sustainability, very good, wonderful word, sustainability. I teach some subjects like environmental management, sustainable development, like this. At my institute, I have developed some syllabus also. In my university, I have developed so far 18 to 20 courses, starting from, ranging from the sustainability, sustainable development, environmental management, CSR, business research method, statistics for management. So I taught these subjects also. These days, I'm developing some content on humanities for engineers, because humanities, like, people are not looking that way, like ethics are, people have no ethics roles. These students, we have to teach actually as a, so it is a message also I'm giving you through my session, that you do so many things, and it is much awaited areas where you all can contribute as a teacher, as an educator, as a researcher, and you can scale up the high quality research paper parameters in your way. Inclusivity. Please note down these words: inclusivity, inclusion, global impact, global question, diversified question, diverse result, anything you could, uptake, dissemination, right? internationalization, action, progress, funding, university, frame, support, program, pathways, network, inform, local competencies. Like, okay, so trust, credibility, equipment, attitudes, donor, capital, whatnot. So these are the guys research parameters also, which is very much important for your research. Okay, so please relook at, please revisit your style, working style, your research temperaments. And once you are done, I am the most happiest person once you published all these things. After this FTP, maybe in two years, maybe 2 months, maybe 3 months, you know who will be the happiest person? All pleasure is mine. Whenever you publish any paper, guys, even better than you, even maybe you will be happy, but I will be too much happy. So that you please consider and do publish high quality. That is my wish, and definitely this wish will go right. So this is a guy's checklist is in front of you for a high quality journal articles. So some 8 or 9 points we have given here. Have a focus and a vision on your research paper. Please focus on your focus. Like focus means the area selected. So this is the checklist. Checklist. I think I've already emphasized on checklist in my previous sessions too. Second is decide on the type of academic article you want to write. Which article, maybe empirical article, maybe even I think one of the next slide is coming where you will get everything. Means it will be a blast kind of situation. Then you will understand okay what you're writing. So it will come in second point. So decide on which type of academic article you want to write. Don't be ambiguous. Add some points. Don't be ambiguous. Ambiguity should not be there. No, sir, I'm writing like I've seen. I'm not, making some mimicry. But sometimes these things come in my, training program. When I talk these people, okay, may I know, what kind of articles you are writing? What is the type of the academic? No, sir, I'm writing this, but academic, even I have no idea. But now I am writing empirical. Now you see, then a person like me, I generally confuse. Okay, whether she or he is writing the academic article or review article. Sometimes I believe that I think so. I generally do not keep the mistakes of these people. So, but because they are not coached that way, they could not make the differentiation between the articles like that. So that's why decision is very much important on which type of article you want to write. Third is I think this is a basic structure, title, abstract, keywords that concise introduction. I've already explained. Comprehensive literature review is very much needed. Literature review, comprehensive is covering all aspects. Up to date list is required. Suppose you are writing your paper in 2022, you started like January, then you take some papers till December 21. Okay, in that way. So you can say that it is a comprehensive literature review. Then you study well and find out your variables. Then you use these variables in your story. The story means your research design of the research. In this way, you can do. Hypothesis or research questions are also very much needed. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry disturbing you because I think day before yesterday I was suffering through fever, but I took some medicine. But again, it is not relief, and these classes are also in continuation. Your FDP program and my other classes also. And so I think because of health, because if you work too much, now then your health wants some rest like this. So maybe after this, from tomorrow onwards, I will take some rest also. So please excuse me, guys. Thank you very much. Sixth point is hypothesis or research question. Very much interesting area. Hypothesis, many people, because hypotheses are generally untestified assumptions, where they monitor the relationship between the variables like dependent and independent variables. Then people understand. Then people go for hypothesis testing, maybe like through F test, T test, and Z test. So people generally look at that way. So even I have in December I have conducted 2 days rigorous program on HPSS, and once I will show you also sometime in WhatsApp group. So I was lucky enough to have only five or maybe 10 participants in that FTP. So there I give an ample idea about the hypothesis on research, because I've conducted some part for the research like training programs on this pure statistics. Like there I will not talk about like this content. Then I talked about the different statistical techniques, how people use, what is the correct way, how to write the interpretation of hypothesis testing, and so on and so forth. Maybe from your institute, maybe we'll get some opportunity in future that we will see and look forward, right? Research question is very much important. Many people, they are failed, not to frame a research question, means that their research question is ambiguous. They consider that one line, what they are doing or what is the title, that is a research question. It is not framed well. I think I've already given, you can pursue the videos also, okay? Then probably you will get the answer as far as the research question is concerned. Seventh is research methodology. Research methodology is an area where it requires lot of research design and observations, uh, your your working style, because research methodology is also heart of the paper, where it talks about, because it is the place where it is connecting the dots related to your analysis, related to your design, related to what is required and what has been achieved. So that is the area. So research methodology should be, that's why editor says that always, even reviewer says that your research methodology, what is great in research methodology. Somebody has also published similar to that, so what is the fun to make the similar paper or parallel paper, isn't it? So sometimes we are receive a sarcastic comment on the our research paper. Will set figure also, I've already commented. Every good research paper, quality journal research article should contain balanced approach, like not to use too much table, not to use too much figure. Balance means maybe you can take 2 3 tables, maybe you can take 2 3 pictures. That's it. In a page of because whatever the editor's stencils they are using, your 20 pages content in their framework, it is a around 12 13 pages content, because their font size is very small as compared to we use in Times New Roman 12, so that you can consider, because it is most normal, you can say default A4 size text and text fonts, right? So whatever you have written, so that's why I always recommend my participants to write more. At least you should write 30 40 pages, because certainly you will cut something or your editor will say that. So you have to go with the style and these strategies. Don't be what should I say? I'm not getting the word. Don't be overconfident. Yes, don't be overconfident that I have written a fantastic this thing, because many tailoring will be conducted afterwards by you also, by during the review, by the reviewer, or maybe by the editor. So don't be in first draft you consider that, or maybe you third draft you consider that you have done an excellent job. Because I have already recommended that you have to read your paper first 2 3 times. So once the message is coming, okay, there is no problem, then you can send to your peers, then send to your supervisor, or to whom you like, you can send and wait for some time, right? So that is the area. So these are the checklist for your high quality journal articles, which you need to be followed one by one, sequentially, categorically, and seriously. This is the answer, guys. I think we are here for this. So the strategy research initiatives view of the characteristics of high quality strategy research as required. So you can see here for all research. So guys, this is here. I think it is missing and no one has taught you, that I can guarantee. No one has taught you, even not your supervisor taught you. Otherwise, your research could be even my supervisor also not taught all these things to me, right? So for all research, the research contributes substantively to our understanding of an important phenomena in the domain of strategy, right? So the research appreciates the builds on prior high quality research. So you can see research appreciates and builds on the prior high quality research. So this is common, points, strategy initiatives, okay, that you need to look at. I'm also working on these aspects. So research is not a very easy exercise, but on the other side, research is an art. It is my way of style. It could be best by others. This session or this particular side could be my best to others, or could be the worst by others. Like it depends. Okay. So this is a strategy research initiative for 2 ways. Research contributes substantially to our understanding of an important problem in the domain of strategy or whatever field you are. Because I came from the strategy field, so I generally, because my prime area is like strategy, CSR, environmental management, and so higher education. Like day before yesterday, I've recruited a two research student, PhD scholar. I've assigned the yesterday their coursework also, like global marketing. Okay, so we have to see the interlinking mapping, what is required, what to do, because your path should be very much clear, guys. Then you can claim that you are a true researcher, or you can say that 80% you are a true researcher. I'm not saying that you should be 100%, because in this world nobody is 100% researcher, right? Yeah, but some people are weak in writing, some people are like that. I think we have already done that discussion. Okay, so the research appreciate and builds on prior high quality research. So that's why people recommend you, your supervisor recommend you, you go do more literature review, find the gaps, so that because there might be a possibility, because it is just like a situation, because someone asks you to go in the universe and find some population. So, but you can't go and travel, isn't it? Nobody can go to the travel. So we generally believe that there might be a possibility, because we are not reaching to that. So literature review is always incomplete process. If you see in a realistic way, your literature review is a half done exercise by you and by me. Because I can't reach to all the universities across the globe, isn't it? There might be a possibility somebody is thinking. This morning, I will give you one very good instance. Maybe you can go to. I will share the link also. So I was going through someone video, YouTube video on Babasaheb, Dr. Babasaheb Ambedkar, about his degrees and all, how he has done. So he was a great, scientist, philosopher, economist. He has contributed, economist. So I will share that video. It was a good learning for me. So what Baba Sahib has done, Baba Sahib has reviewed all the papers in that area, and his great work was there. So he was a great economist. I think nobody in India has attenuated that position or that degree from London School of Economics, maybe like that. So over a year, in 2 years, So I was just thinking I can use this example in my class. That so now, thanks to the time that I record now, so appreciate that builds on prior high quality research. So what Baba Sahib has done, that he has done significant literature review on the past and prior research, and that's why he has been awarded. That's why he is a symbol of knowledge, isn't it? That's why he has been awarded DSC. So many degrees he has on his name, like philanthropist, guide, supervisor, economist, orator. So people are, so that's why he's got the international status of knowledge of singer. And if you go and visit these institutions where he got all these degrees and all, so that's why I'm connecting this thought here. Appreciates research, appreciates and builds on prior high quality research. Okay, so prior high quality research is very much important. But in India, Baba Sahib is famous for people generally know, maximum people know he's the father of constitution, and he wrote, and that's why he wrote it, because he was a great economist also, because even I was not aware till today, this morning I was not aware. Yeah, I'm openly claiming that I was novice. I have no idea whether Baba Sahib has done some work in the area of economics. So, but now he has done lot of literature review, research, and all that. That's why he was in a position. He was a lawyer also. He had a law degree. He has an economics degree. So it was, my God, I was just thinking this morning. What happened? What kind of person he was, and high stature, high knowledge. Full of knowledge, or symbol of knowledge. That's why somebody has given, or these universities have given symbol of knowledge, right? So that's why, and that's why our constitution is one of the best constitution in the world. That's why, because Baba Sahib has done lot much this thing. So I'm not here highlighting somebody. So do not misinterpret. I am just respecting person who is a scholar, and everybody I give this respect in this area or the other areas like that. Okay, because generally in Indian people have that tendency to connect some argument with some political anger or some other things like that. But I treat every person equally, whether you know me or do not know me. That is my philosophy, my mannerism. Presentism. Yesterday we discussed about absenteeism and presentism. So I hope you can recall. So for all research, that is very much important and detailed. For all the theoretical research, the theoretical claims are ambiguous. Interpretation of its terms, premises, and conclusions does not vary from scholar to scholar. So for all theoretical research, these are the guidelines. For all empirical research, these are the guidelines. For theory testing empirical research, these are the guidelines. So I'm sure you can see, I will take one by one. The theoretical claims are rigorous, derived, their conclusion are demonstrated to follow logically from their premises. The objects in the theoretical claims are measurable so that implication can be tested empirically. So that is very much important, because once your objects are clear, your problem is clear, then you can claim any theoretical. Then the theory. So that's why these days, most of the, I'm just bringing all these conclusion in front of or in my class, that why the people are looking for theories. That's why the reviewers, editors, they are asking and looking forward for the theory. They always say that, can you increase the theory? Can you give more ideas? Can you claim? Can you support this argument? Whatever you have said, that it is your claim as far as your research and theoretical research and approach is concerned, right? The theoretical claims are plausible. They are consistent with the core drivers of the phenomena under investigation. So whichever the phenomena they are under investigation, generally theoretical research includes that. But all empirical research, they always talk about the empirical data with maximum transparency. And that's why people say that, okay, this much data was there and data was limited or it was large, like that. So including rich sample information, full descriptive statistics are required. It should be clear, because whenever the empirical things comes to, you just understand that the people are looking for the data. Even this is one of the most frequent question asked in the PhD examination also. Okay, how much research you have used, how much empirical data you have used. And the last one, guys, is, I think I'm done with this careful explanation of methods and results. So as I've already stated in parameters of the research, that your research, if you want to improve, really want to improve, I'm using the word really, quotes, please understand. If you really want to contribute in the high quality, expect in the high quality publication, please write everything, every section in research paper in a very big way with high quality. Use some words for which you have to be expert in English, create some repository, then only you will to understand otherwise, right? So careful explanation of methods and results are very important, guys. So that's why I'm re-emphasizing, reiterating, re-encouraging you to go with this flow of these things. Otherwise, whatever you are writing, that is not required at all. If you want to continue with the same trend, it's your choice, it's not my choice, right? But my duty is to warn you, to guide you. If you really respect this event and all, I think you have to practice, because enough ideas I've given to you, enough raw material I've given you, directions I've provided to you. You can go through the videos also, right? So you can find all these things. And those people, those who have not subscribed the channel, please subscribe it. Otherwise you will not get the videos also, because all these videos are the one series. I will create some playlist also like this. So please go with that, go through the video also. After this lecture also, you are not free, guys. You just go through reviews by all the videos in a quick go, because now you have no time, because I have planned your test by 6 p.m. Probably you will get the link through your email. I will send you the link through your email. So whatever the email you have registered, you will get the direct email from my side with the link. I will not post the link in the WhatsApp group, right? So please don't wait there. You use your email. I want to check that how many people want to go to the email. Okay, so please use all these informations one by one, make use of them, and make your life easier and effective. Come back to the discussion, guys. For theory testing empirical research, it is for these type of research paper methods, the research employs reliable data that confirm closely to the theoretical construct. So that is really important. So in this way, if you are doing, you are improving the quality of your paper. Unit of analysis, the theoretical model matches the level of aggregation of the data used in the study. This is also one strategy research initiative as far as this goes. The research employs valid empirical proxies for theoretical construct and consider alternative interpretation of proxies. So that is also much needed. How you are writing. So if these things are not clear, please go and do some homework also. I will upload this video after once the entire video is processed. Then because you have sufficient time to go through. Okay. And the last point is that empirical designs and methods are chosen carefully to generate valid inferences, especially accounting for the endogeneity of the strategic action. So that is much important. So suppose maybe you are not familiar about some words and all, so do not worry. Please go through. You can Google it. Uh, the video. I will provide the notes also after this FDP. Then you have a sufficient time to go through these. So because these are the different characteristics of high quality strategies, because once all these things are there, then definitely your paper will come out with the focus. You do some iterations, maybe one round, two round, three round, four round. So if you do 5 6 rounds for your research paper, maybe you are working alone, maybe you are working with the collaboration, your slowly your the final product will come. So don't believe that in one or two go, I have sir given ample time, my blood is sinking in this research paper, soaked by the research paper. Many people use these words also in my classes. I've conducted many programs like one to one, but during online, So many people that come to me, sir, entire my blood is, I'm very weak, I'm anemic, because I put like, then whenever I see the draft, I say that for this one you are saying I'm making like this. I generally, I'm surprised to see that, isn't it? So for them, it is a high work actually. So then I was thinking, I think for them it is a high work, because certainly, because every person thinking process is different, isn't it? But it is our duty to improve. So I said that I can't change your past, but I can try to change your present once you follow my given directions. And if you not, it is your choice. So I never force anyone to do this way and my way, but I am there just as a advisor or as a mentor. Okay, you do this way, I think you can probably get some good results like this. So guys, uh, this particular slide is a strategy based as far as the strategy research initiatives are concerned. These are also some of the dimensions. Please note down high quality research dimensions. So it is based on the work of others. It can be replicated, duplicated in the form of, like as I've mentioned, you can add some idea, you can go for against, you can go for with them, you can go for their good side or opposite side. It is generalizable to other settings also. You can see that, okay, somebody has used maybe some technique, you are using different technique like that. So in that way also you can upgrade your content, upgradation of your content. It is based on some logical rationale and tied to the theory, as I've already mentioned before. It is connecting to the theory. Suppose some paper came without the theory, but you are doing that part also analysis and adding some theory, so that may be high quality research you can publish. It is doable. High quality research is not like that which is not possible on this earth or universe. Many people I have seen, they take very high-fi topic in general. No, sir, my guide is there. Because whenever any PhD scholar is, join, they have the very attitude problem. Even after passing, also I have seen, I never expected that they should generate attitudinal problem. Even scholars are, when they are graduated, they got the PhD, they are behaving in a totally different way. So sometimes thinking that what this PhD, done, even they are declining in the manners. They do not know. They forget everything. They believe that okay, everything they know once they have awarded the PhD. Means they are the knowledge of symbol. You know, so they may be good people. It is not like that. I can't quantify, but it is a very generalized statement. Actually, PhD generally help you to establish, isn't it? I hope you agree. Maybe some people do not agree, but I believe uh, once someone has done PhD, his behavior, his talk, his style, his explanation should be up to the mark, which is like as compared to the normal people, isn't it? But they are totally arrogant. Scholars are arrogant. After PhD from some XYZ university, they are behaving in a totally a different way, guys. I'm sure you are also facing the similar problem. Some scholar who was sitting in front of you, you help that scholar, and after 1 or 2 year gap, or maybe after 3 4 days of the degree awarded, their scholar speaking skill and everything is totally changed. Sometimes I'm noticing as a critical observer. Sometime happened with me also, but sometimes I ignore also. Okay, let it be. It is not in my control. How I can control? So it is really important. So other setting, it is generalizable to other settings also. So it also includes that. Right? So doable, logical, rational type of data. It generates new questions or cyclical in nature, because whenever you think about the high quality research dimension like this, you are creating a new question, isn't it? You are creating a new question. Maybe you will not do some work on that, but you leave some questions, research questions for the others to do. Some people, come to me. I'm just sharing whenever informal settings like in university. I'm very flexible actually. Sir, I'm not getting, I'm facing some problem. What should I, according to you, what should be the, so I said, oh, you can take some problem from the market challenges, these are real, you as a, so for which, because these are the readily problems, how you can solve as a researcher, it could be, or these type of problems could be the good research questions for you, like this. So they do some research work, then I say that, okay, go and then you do some literature review if you like, so you can discuss with your supervisor, because ultimately your supervisor is the boss. Whatever say good or bad, I say how it will be considered, how it is affecting you, isn't it? So I'm very transparent to my job with this. I never say that, okay, do it in this way or that way. So I'm flexible in that way, maybe dialogue. I never, okay, I've given the problem. Okay, so good luck for it, like this. So because it generates a new question in dialogue, it is incremental too. Incremental means you can add some more dialogue, more idea, more school of thoughts, more literature review, more people dimensions, maybe through survey, maybe these days, one important thing I forgot to mention, that you can go for direct interviews with your mic. You can take some recorder, you can ask some questions from people who are working. Maybe they will tell their own plus minus pros and cons about the challenges. Even that can also be a good narration for your research, means feed is for your research. You can go, and so that it is incremental, means it is increasing. Some part you have done, some part you are just taking from the interview. Like, you can take my interview. I think some students have conducted like this, and they are doing it fantastic job to scale up the high quality of research. It gives an impact to academic society. That is also there. So this is also another dimension. So it gives an impact directly to the academic society. Then people will know you, okay, who you are. It is not like that every good researcher is publishing a research paper. I have seen many people, they are, hundreds of paper. How it is possible? You tell me. So it's a business these days, isn't it? So it does not mean that a good researcher, when somebody is publishing more or the frequency of the publication is more, he is a good researcher. I doubt, even many recruitment committees also doubt how it is possible, because one paper is coming now, one paper after 4 days, one paper another after 4 days. So you are not a factory, isn't it? Nobody is a research factory. Factory generally, production is very fast. So I'm just correlating with that factory. Where the production is okay, job card is coming. Somebody is working on lathe machine, somebody is working on shaper, somebody is working on some XYZ, machines like that. Okay, so we should not be a number creator. We can create numbers, maybe 1 or 2 research paper if it is coming. Maybe 2 years producing one paper is a good job done. So even number ball game is not there. Even whenever you apply in IITs, IIMs, or even they are looking for recent past research. Suppose you have 1 or 2 paper published, high quality research, they are looking for. Even I just had a discussion with some of the professor in one of the IIM. He also said that. I said, sir, may I know what do you mean by high quality research and rigor? So then he said, only the areas like they are contributing, they are working, and this is like in recent years actually. They are not looking for the past data. Okay, so that's why it is really important for that. So it is incremental in few numbers, not like, so you can add with your dialogue numbers. It is not like that you publish these days. I could see many people are friends of mine on Facebook. I could see one paper is coming now, one paper is coming there. So many people say that, what is the dialogue, what is their, behavior pattern is building. No, I think that these people, they have some settings also with the people, maybe in the money, maybe in the something like that, because they are just acting like a factory printing machine. So too much is also the problematic, very less is also the problem. We have to be balanced. Please remember, if we will maintain the equilibrium in research, we can establish ourselves in this. Even I caught many researchers also who were claiming that I have done this. I said, can you please write one paragraph? You can't believe, guys, they were looking here and there, walls like this. If he or she is a good researcher, I think they should write directly. In a 10 minutes paragraph, anybody can write, isn't it? If you claim that you are a good researcher, please write, isn't it? Please make the presentation. Please write, please handle the questions. So, so these people they caught also in many interviews like this. So nobody wants number, everybody loves, and these quality parameters will be there. And that's why these days new guideline is coming. I think UGC or maybe sooner or later, there will be a means more tougher stringent rule is coming. Maybe in terms of, maybe like these days some of the institutes are recruiting, they are conducting the writing exam of the professors, then the professors will be allowed to teach in the universities. Now some regulation is coming, I think maybe this year or maybe next year. I think government has started working with this. Like most of the professors, they will be recruited in future based on their content writing, and that's why these FDPs are very much important to sensitize you, to guide you properly, to have something so that you can change your strategy, right? So the last point I'm discussing, the last point, it gives an impact to academic and society, because it is not like that every this world is like is organic. There is nothing fixed. Your life, my life, anything happen any point of time. Even foreign also, even abroad, most of the universities they take the writing exam. They take the writing exam also. They want to check your speed, they want to check your words, they want to check your logical expression techniques, they want to check your sentences, your research rigor. In one or two paragraph they will throw some topic just like random, and they will ask you to submit it. They don't want to talk at all a single extra word. They're highly professional, please understand. So that's why I'm contributing in these training programs or FDPs like this, because otherwise they want something X, but you are producing Y. So there will be again a mismatch. Then again you blame to the government, this party, that party. There is nothing to do. There is no correlation with it. Actually, we people are losing writing. We people are losing the learning capability. These days many things are there. We are in and out. We are living with this digital world. WhatsApp is there. Every paper is free. Open access journals we have already talked about. So many things are there. But how much we are writing, how much we are reading, how much we are. So it's in our habit. So our job is to align ourselves, create the impact with high quality. Only these three terms, high quality research paper. These three terms are very, very difficult to achieve, isn't it? You may have very good money, but money can't bring high quality. You maybe generate some temporal situation that you can portray something. Okay, I have fantastic 10, 20 papers, but I don't think that that number will play a lead role in your life, isn't it? So this is my way of thinking. Rest I'm leaving to you. Please decide. So guys, now I'm take you another 5-10 minutes. I will cover. But I think I've covered these points earlier too. Doing research step by step is also a good sign for quality research. So step number one is clearly define your research need. I think I've already commented, but it is in a different way. What is it your need? Or so I may be fast also, because we are already, I think, exceeding with the time. So 5 minutes, I will recap all this. So how much information do you need or want? How long does your paper need to be due? Do you need a specific number of citations like this? Many things look at here and there. Begin researching with the broad resources such as encyclopedia, dictionaries, textbooks to familiarize all these things. So clearly define your research need. That is very much important. Begin your search. As I've already commented, read books. Don't leave books, guys. Many people I have interacted during my training programs that how many times you read a book. They said, no, sir, I'm not a single book used during my research tenure, though I have published many papers. Because they are getting the dialogue and content from the research paper. But book is also an area where you can begin your study and you can increase the horizon of your content. Journals, magazines, newspapers, authentic newspapers, maybe like you can take the example of like Hindu. Hindu is there. I like the business line section very much. I use generally in my classroom also, formal classroom. I mean, it's university classroom. Okay, newspapers are very much important because it is giving you the direct reality for the discussion. It is just like a fresh material for your class. You just take out the class, okay, guys, this is the topic. This is published just yesterday, isn't it? So now what is your take on what is the dialogue? Discuss, guys. The more you discuss, the more beginning of your search will be there as far as the research is concerned. Media availability, even generally I taught and style because this is not a class of pedagogy, but maybe in times we will see and understand. Media available means you can go with the video lectures also. It is very powerful. No need to prepare these presentations, and you directly take your students to that side. So it is really like important for you. You can directly connect your computer with the library. I have my own library also. I'm just trying to making my library more enriched and all like other library like Michigan libraries and all. And because Michigan word is very great and touching to me. I'm sure you will appreciate that. During 2012, I got the two opportunities from University of Michigan for postdoctoral research, and it was awarded in half an hour. I sent the email to one of the professors, sir, I want to do this postdoc and all, submitted my CV and all. And while looking at, and that was in lunch time, actually, I finished my class. I sent an email, went to the lunch, and came back. And the professor said, yes, Dr. Rudra, you are open and come to my lab. I will send you the formal letter. So, that was an Indo US, research program. So I applied there, I got selected there, but unfortunately, because of my family circumstances, I could not avail that opportunity. So two of the opportunities I got from Michigan, and one of the very good university, and other universities were also there, like 10 to 12, postdocs I got based on my resume only. It means I do not know them, and they also do not know, but only looking at my resume because I was writing, as I told you, I was writing so many papers. Different school of thoughts were there, different areas. There was not a one area like this. So and research equipment, motivation, and all these things. So within half an hour, also, it was awarded for this. So no matter, but that is a different story. So Michigan, that's why I recall that instance for library in Michigan. So step three, carefully select your search terms, keywords. So use the most specific words to describe your topic, including like synonyms and alternate terms, such an abbreviation and scientific terms like that. So use control vocabulary. Yes, very much important. Carefully select your, carefully, please word these quoted words. Carefully, not select, carefully select. If you do these exercises, these tips, these strategies, one by one, word by word, probably you slowly going to the high side of research, and it will also help you with overall personality as well. Database descriptor library you can use. Go to the thesis section, go to the ProQuest, you can download some paper, read one by one. So carefully select your search terms, because now you have to build the argument. Ask your library staff to do this way. Okay, so library references staff to help you in this. Other one is like techniques, use advanced search techniques, truncations, which is being used to expand your results. That is also, but many people they do not know what is the use of question mark, asterisk, quotes, boolean expression, maybe plus minus. union intersection. So also I think these are, because these days softwares are very much sensitive with these things like this. Boolean operator, I think I was mentioning, it is in front of you. Right, thanks. So you can see Boolean operator like and or not, and so it is like this. So using Boolean operators can make you search more focused on this, and right. So one should use this. I will tell you one search story off the records, means off the video recording. Okay, so it is very easy for you. No need to go to search and all. Phrase searching, I think paraphrasing and other things I have yesterday discussed, like rephrase and paraphrase, proofreading and all. So some databases and search engines will allow to use the quotations to search an exact phrase or word together in the paragraph. So like you can take the example of Grammarly. Grammarly is one of the examples, right? So Grammarly is helping you to frame and reframe as this. So, but you have to go to the paid version is because Grammarly is not allowing to handle so many pages for you, right? So you have to create the account and you have to buy the software and it will help you. It will only help you. It will not write for you. Okay, don't misunderstand. Don't come to me, sir. You told me, so I purchased the software. Otherwise, people will beat me definitely. when you, so don't misinterpret. Ki, sir, you told me in the FTP I purchased this, but now this software is not writing paper for me, right? So like this. So this also may be referred to as a proximity searching. Use the help functions for each specific databases on search engines and more information on proximity searching like this. Okay. So other electronic sources are also there. Step 4 is carefully and accurately record your findings. Bibliography, I think I've already given some idea on references sections. You can go through the video properly. You can understand. Because I am happy and lucky enough that all participants are coming regularly. So that is a most appreciated moment for me. So carefully organize your bookmarks, meaningful, all these things. Because I'm giving you, items to how to organize yourself in research. Then you will definitely be in the order of high quality research paper writing. Step 5 is critically evaluate the information that you find. Critically evaluate. Again, the quoted words critically. Not only evaluate, critically. Think for one day. Spend 2-3 days. That is critical. Is the resource is useful, well written? Do you agree? Do you disagree? That you decide. Leaving to you. Up to date or outdated or without reference note, without any mark, you are just reading and writing. Don't waste time on less useful resources. If you are not finding useful resources, try another source. Go for it. Don't wait for that, isn't it? Because like uh, waiting time is also consumed lot much time in research, and you will not come up with your uh, you know quality, high quality writing. Remember, the internet is a self-publishing medium and contains a huge range of data, including useless or offensive material also. So don't take and bring all these things. Stop practicing. Don't publish in predatory. I think we have already discussed enough on this. I'm not repeating here. I should not. Right? Critically evaluate information that you find which is available and then you can generate for. Step 6 is get help whenever you need it. Ask your instructor for help. If your one instructor is not helping, you go to the second instructor, third instructor. Right? Then in IITs, I was in IIT Roorkee. I started my journey from IIT Kanpur, right? But I got various calls also during my research. So, I was too much curious since inception. Though I have qualified different exams also for PSUs, but something was missing. I thought that I should build up because I was more interested in training, research, and all these things. So I took almost help of many professors in IITs. Many professors, all are my gurus. I have learned one, two, three things from one professor, one, two, three things from another professor like this. Then I build up this thing. And if you go to IIT Roorkee, you ask department. I think probably they should remember my name. Even one of my research dean also said that nobody can guide you, Ruth, nobody can guide you. Even you can apply for transfer to some other IIT because you are already active and you are publishing. I said no sir, no problem, but I want to do and continue like this because I was publishing. I know this these dimensions earlier too during my when I was doing PhD, right? So that is this. So ask your instruction for them. So that's why, I recalled that instead you can make many gurus here and there. Don't rely on one guru. You can go to maybe some other learning will come, isn't it? Maybe some tip and tricks you will get. So start dialogue with the people. Start dialogue. Don't say that okay, you are a student of one ex-professor, so you can't go for money. You go and learn. What is the problem? You can convince, bring some thoughts, invite thoughts, and those thoughts you can use in your research. Use help screen and online assistance when available. Ask a reference librarian for assistance also. Don't waste time if you are not finding any information on a particular, so ask them. Like people can definitely help. So this is also another thing. So guys, I think this is the last checklist in front of you. I'm almost done with the features of an academic article. Includes an abstract. The length is not more than 2 pages long. Include some references of past researches, recognized researches means high acclaimed research paper in your area or in your dialogue. The author has a qualification degree, etc. So these are also another article like which can help you to improve your high quality research. Article contains some table and figure and charts also, because sometimes people believe that it also varies from journal to journal. But again, if you use tables, figures, and chart in a balanced way, you are able. So this is a checklist, guys. Okay. Basic format, introduction, literature, review, methodology, result discussion. If anything is missing out, please include that. The last is author operates terms and technical language used in a particular discipline, and the publisher is respected. Means, uh, if you want to like respect it means authentic journals. I mean to say that those publishers which are quite prominent in the market in the global level, you go and approach them, download their papers and find it. So I think, guys, I'm done with this. Thank you very much for your understanding and allowing me to extend the session, because today this is the session and next session is very light in terms of, because I'm going to cover some aspect, the expectation from the editors, what they want, what they're looking for. So guys, I'm done with this exercise. So thank you very much once again to one and all for patient for listening. Now over to the organizer. I can take up some questions also off the recording, because taking the question is not a good sign for the recordings. Okay, guys. So thank you very much, guys. I'm stop sharing this screen, and now over to the.
Thank you, Professor Rudra, for your this session. Thank you very much. And again, it went up to I think about 2 hours. Now we started at 11. It's now 1:45. Nice, sir. Then you are going to take some questions now, Anna?
Yes, yes.
Okay, okay. Carry on. Yeah, thank you. I will be